What is up, everybody? Timberverse TV here today. So, Mr. Keeley is not having a good day for the past few days because ever since this whole Game of the Year nominees, the list has been actually out there. People are pissed that Forza Horizon 5 is not there. So people have been in this guy's messages. It's tweets consistently saying, "Hey, why isn't Forza nominated? It's the highest rated game of this year, one of the highest rated games of this year." It's like, hey, why is this game not nominated? So we've had media sources like the Windows Central Gaming and say, hey, the Game Awards snub of Forza Horizon 5 discredits the entire game industry. Because, yeah, it's like this game was rated higher than all of the games that was listed below, that was actually listed in the nominees, and it's not up there. People are saying that, hey, this is like one of the most, the accomplishments this game has so far is pretty astounding. The accolades it has so far, like it's like almost 9 or 10 million people playing right now in a short amount of time. Like it was just insane the praise this game is getting right now and all the great thing it's doing right now, but it's not nominated. Like that's just wild. So people were not happy with these nominees. So let's read this one first. So Keeley says, why isn't what in Game of the Year Forza? Because at least 6 other games received more votes. And it's like a weird thing because people are saying that, hey, why is this game in like the best racing category but not in the Game of the Year category? And they got some type of weird cutoff date thing where it's like, I've added an update to the Game Awards story which highlights some of the time constraints the jury had when nominated games began. While Forza is eligible, the cutoff date for nominating was November 4th. Forza Horizon 5 early access then started to the 5th. So it's like this weird cutoff date when it's like it's a Game of the Year award show, not Game of the 75 to 80% of the year game award show. Like it's just weird. Like why does it not cover every game that comes out this year? It's just like we're gonna cover most of the year but not all of the year. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I guess this is what started this whole thing. Pay attention to what we play regardless of the genre if you want to be the Oscars of gaming. And then he says, you got this, just to discuss the look at Forza Horizon 5, we got this hype look at Overwatch being Game of the Year. Okay. My point is just because the game is a specific genre shouldn't be excluded from the chance of winning Game of the Year. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that people don't want to see a racing game win, so I don't know how true that is. Like it is, a lot of people say that a racing game shouldn't win Game of the Year, so that might be a truth. That might be some truth to that. People really don't want a racing game to win at all, so I don't know. So let me guess, the cutoff date only affects the Game of the Year category. That's very convenient. If a game is eligible in one category, it's eligible in all. Then why isn't it in Game of the Year category? Excuses. Yeah. People are not happy with this guy about this whole Forza being excluded. People are not happy about that whatsoever. What does it take to be in the jury? What are the requirements? It seems that there are a huge discrepancy in the public opinion versus what the selected jury wants. The jury is pretty much every major media publication in the world that covers games. The public will have an opportunity to fully vote in the Players' Voice Awards. So if the jury is made out of these different major media publications that gave Forza Horizon 5 like 9s and 10s, so it was a masterpiece as well, but they still wasn't included in the nominees, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense right there. I'm kind of curious what the replies are to this. Sometimes common sense is louder than the opinions of the few jury. I think Returnal and Forza Horizon 5 both deserve to be nominated by common sense. Both critically acclaimed. In the case of Forza played about 10 million players in a matter of days. Good luck with the show. Okay. You mean the same media that placed Forza Horizon 5 above all games this year? That's the group that now feels that Forza Horizon 5 is unworthy next to games that's already defeated? Yeah, that don't make any sense, bro. So he says, when you don't have a cute bunny rabbit with a gun or a Sony logo on it, it's not allowed to win Game of the Year. I know Ratchet isn't a bunny. Yeah. Only 10% of public vote counts towards the winner. 90% is from the jury. So it's kind of already rigged to begin with. Only if the jury is deciding the Game of the Year, but not the actual people. Oh, yeah, that's kind of whack. But then again, I only really watch this show anyway because of the announcements that happen. It's like the game announcements or the big announcements that happen. That's the only reason why I really watch the show, to be honest. It's like, who really cares what these people think? Like, what game of the year? Like, I don't really care that much. And it's mainly only used in console word nonsense too. Like, all the people bring up the Game of the Year nominees and Game of the Year winners just for console word nonsense. The average person really just truly doesn't care. Seems weird how the games that are rated higher by the same critics were not selected. I love Resident Evil, but Game of the Year? What? Look who's getting defensive about his bias show now that someone finally shout out what so many have been saying for years. It's so transparent. They are beating your ass in the quote tweets. Jeez. The question is, why did those other games receive more votes when Forza was rated much higher on Metacritic by many of the same publications which formed the jury? It's quite clear there's a bias against racing games or sports games even being nominated for Game of the Year. I think it might be a bias. That might legit be a bias against racing games. I don't know. Jeff, because of how your rules work, your award show took a hit to his rep. Smart move will be able to have the show in January or February going forward. I would agree with that too. Like, it doesn't make any sense why certain games don't make the cut because they're in November or December, because they release in November or December when it's a Game of the Year award show. So I don't know. This makes sense to me to have it in January or February if you're going to do every game that came out that year. It was better that you said it just didn't make the cut, because now it's worse than the same media that praised the game didn't pick it for Game of the Year. You're trying to be politically correct, which is right, but it makes no sense. Sorry if Forza wasn't praised. I would get it. The system is broken. The public should pick what's in the Game of the Year category. We buy and play the games. Why should a journalist review determine what a Game of the Year is? Even then, it should have been nominated. It's arguably one of the best games of the year, regardless of votes. It should be there. This indicates the only narrative-driven games get selected for the Game of the Year nominated instead of any games. Yeah. So he says, well, the cutoff date for nominating was November 4th. The Forza Horizon 5 early access then started until the 5th. And yet it's in every other category besides narrative. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's literally like in every other category but the narrative one. Put 20 games in a hat, pick 6 candidates, then no one will be pissed at selection. No bias, just chance of the top 20 games getting a fair crack of the whip. Okay. It's funny, Jeff. Just last year, these were the same guys who've been saying Game of the Year awards doesn't matter. Now look at them. Still don't gotta expose the bias, though. I'm trying to be as polite as possible, but give it a middle finger, okay. So calls him a clown. Ratchet, though, come on, personally, for me, Resident Evil Village. LAMO crying Xbox don't know how voting works. Why am I not surprised at all Forza being an Xbox exclusive? Can't wait for the Game of the Year at Ratchet and Clank, by the way. Will be the final proof of how useless this the Game Awards circus is. The voting system is broken then. Forza Horizon and Forza Horizon 5 and Return are the best 2 games of this year, and they haven't even been nominated. Your voting system is seriously flawed, and if that's the case, it's clear it's not representative of the gaming community in any significant way. This year's results will lack legitimacy. Every game nominated for Game of the Year deserves it just as much as Returnal and Forza did. Now stop crying. Sus, very sus. And what does this say about your jury? They probably don't even play a game that is a current talk with many gamers around the world. Yeah. LMAO, you're not going to tell me the major media guys voted for Madden when it won Game of the Year? LOL, okay. If you show me the gamer tag of everyone who voted for the best games of the year, maybe I'll start to believe in the event farce. What a nonsense to choose a game of the year that practically excludes 2 months. No Forza, no Halo. Yeah, the whole no Halo thing is what's really getting to me too as well. It's like, just because it comes out in December, it can't be nominated. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that might be the greatest game that came out this year and as a whole, but because it comes out in December, it doesn't count. Like, that just don't make any sense to me. But he says no Forza and no Halo are possible against the rating. What idiot chose November as the date of the Game Awards? Just plain stupid. A new policy definitely needs to be put in place, I think, to allow overriding authority on getting games represented that have the kind of reception Forza Horizon 5 had. What would you do if Spider-Man 2 released on PS5 to a 99 meta and doesn't get enough votes still? Okay. I propose going forward, the highest rated game each year gets automatic nominations for Game of the Year. I did everything I could, but it was left out. The votes are then based on fanaticism of the press, no objectivity of the awards when analyzing the criteria. Okay. As opposed to the fanaticism of constant award fanatics, awards aren't popularity contests, which is why fans will turn them into. Awards are very subjective. There isn't a slight of concerted effort to deny Forza Horizon 5. Xbox has done amazing this year. Chill. Okay. Shame on you. Bots are crying so hard right now over a video game not being nominated for a video game award show. So salty. Yeah, you guys stink. These comments are just hilarious. I'm gonna conclude it right here. It's like people are obviously pissed about this whole situation right now. It's like people are just pissed, which rightfully so. This is a highly praised game. Like people, like the whole Twitter, especially has been like Forza Horizon 5 has been trending for the longest about how the different people playing the game, people enjoying it, people having fun with the game, saying they're one of their favorite games ever played. But it's just not nominated, which is the craziest thing. It's not up for nomination. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. This dude's gonna have a rough week, I guess, because people are still gonna be on this guy. Like, why isn't Forza nominated, or his other, or even Returnal? Why isn't that game nominated? Which I don't believe that game should be nominated. But teach their own. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.